Grace and Company is the number one supermarket for 100% intention. The Intention Supermarket. We've got more of what you're looking for in multiple locations to serve you more and more. In business now for over 50 years, and you will always save by shopping right here. Oh yes, we're number one. CK Grace and Company, and we are Vincent John, a supermarket for you and me.
Now let's be real, we're not all police officers, but we all want to safeguard our finances. And that's why the Police Cooperative Credit Union is open to everybody. That's right, we cater for anybody. At a brand new location too. Step up to the Police Cooperative Credit Union headquarters on Bay Street between Diamond Girl and Lanes number 2. And we provide a range of top-class financial services, including fixed deposits, quick cash, savings and loan, and a survivor's benefit grant of $5,000. We're open 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday to Friday and up to 11:30 on Saturday. Check us out on Facebook or call Police Cooperative Credit Union at 485-6840. And remember, even if you're not a police officer, we're cool with that.
St. Vincent Containers proudly introduces its high-quality bathroom tissue. Furtis, Lilies, Midushi. Manufactured to conform to local, CARICOM and international standards. Tested and certified by the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Bureau of Standards. No roll less than 300 sheets. Legitimate sheet and core sizes. Virgin pulp, no recycled. Soft but not lightweight. Professionally produced and packaged. Now available throughout St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Furtis, Lilies, Midushi. Excellent Vincentian products.
Instacash now offering you more chances to win with 2 new games. There's Strike for $2 and In Between available at $3. These 2 new games are loaded with cash prizes. With Strike, you can match up to 10 numbers and win $2,500. In Between, so easy to play, offering up to $6,000. Get your Instacash Strike and In Between tickets at Lotto agents. And remember, with Instacash, there's no waiting for a draw, and you can win instantly.
The public is asked to note that chiropractor Dr. Edmund Seeley is now conducting clinic and will see patients by appointments only. To make an appointment, call 456-9318 or 531-5318.
Do you have a passion for sport? Then Sports Highlights is a place to be. Share the passion every Sunday and Wednesday, 7 to 9 p.m. Sports from the heart, only on Sports Highlights.
CK Grace and Company is the number one supermarket for 100% intention. The Intention Supermarket. We've got more of what you're looking for in multiple locations to serve you more and more. In business now for over 50 years, and you will always save by shopping right here. Oh yes, we're number one. CK Grace and Company, and we are Vincent John, a supermarket for you and me.
Now let's be real, we're not all police officers, but we all want to safeguard our finances. And that's why the Police Cooperative Credit Union is open to everybody. That's right, we cater for anybody. At a brand new location too. Step up to the Police Cooperative Credit Union headquarters on Bay Street between Diamond Girl and Lanes number 2. And we provide a range of top-class financial services, including fixed deposits, quick cash, savings and loan, and a survivor's benefit grant of $5,000. We're open 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday to Friday and up to 11:30 on Saturday. Check us out on Facebook or call Police Cooperative Credit Union at 485-6840. And remember, even if you're not a police officer, we're cool with that.
St. Vincent Containers proudly introduces its high-quality bathroom tissue. Furtis, Lilies, Midushi. Manufactured to conform to local, CARICOM and international standards. tested and certified by the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Bureau of Standards. No roll less than 300 sheets, legitimate sheet and core sizes, virgin pulp, no recycled, soft but not lightweight, professionally produced and packaged. Now available throughout St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Vertis, Lilies, Mitushi, excellent Vincentian products.
Instacash now offering you more chances to win with 2 new games. There's Strike for $2 and In Between available at $3. These 2 new games are loaded with cash prizes. With Strike, you can match up to 10 numbers and win $2,500. In Between, so easy to play, offering up to $6,000. Get your Instacash Strike and In Between tickets at Lotto agents. And remember, with Instacash, there's no waiting for a draw, and you can win instantly.
The public is asked to note that chiropractor Dr. Edmund Seeley is now conducting clinic and will see patients by appointments only. To make an appointment, call 456-9318 or 531-5318.
Good day. And it's another Sports Highlights Day on Nice Radio. Today is Sunday, sorry. I don't get it.
Sunday.
Oh, man, I'm getting, I think it's Nikki. I missed the last score on who won the game in Liu, but you will give me that information in a short bit because I had to do something. And, Sports Highlights is Sundays and Wednesdays, 7 to 9. I think after Sports Highlights, we got Just Another Look program is on tonight. And I just want to say that, we had tremendous rain over the last 2 days in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We thank God that the game was able to be completed in Liu because that game was postponed. I think it's about 2 weeks now. So you keep pushing back. And finally you got it. You got this. Who won the game? Augustine?
No, I got him.
Oh, I was listening to the game and I missed it in the end because I ended up having to go and do something. And I missed it. So I guess we'll get that information from Nikki. So I got a WhatsApp Nikki ask him who won the game, the results of the game. Sorry about that, people, but I just didn't have that. What I want to start first of all is the swimming in OECS Swimming Championships in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We had that competition which started over the weekend. And first of all, I want to bring you what I think I don't have that there, but I wanted to. I have it here, but I wanted to bring what the coaches were saying in with respect to the games.
From the island of St. Lucia, one of the assistant coaches for the team. We just had to looking for the kids to have a great time, to come out there and swim some personal best times, and the results at the end is to win the championship, of course. We know it's going to be a tough one, but our swimmers are prepared. They've been training hard. They're excited, and it's a good environment. Today is nice and sunny. No rain, which we're expecting, so we expect to have a great meet and start off with a bang. Go 758.
That was one of the coaches they speaking at the beginning of the OECS championship in.
My name is Shamini Walsh-Dupuy from Team Dominica. I'm the team manager here at the OECS Swimming Championships. And after much delays and weather issues, we are here in St. Vincent. We got in this morning. Happy to be here. It was very frustrating to get here. However, our team were in good spirits. The swimmers were ready. And we're hoping to at least see improved times.
Good afternoon. My name is Coach Ray, head coach of Antigua and Barbuda. I have assistant coach, two of them, which is Elizabeth Watkins and also Nelson Molina. Basically, we've got off to a really good start. Couldn't ask for a better start. The first day, obviously, even with the weather and the stoppage and everything else, the kids just refocused. They came back in, gave everything they had. Good afternoon. My name is Oswald Fulham, BBA National Coach, along with President of the BBA Swimming Federation. We are back at the 32nd OSIS Swimming Championships after not being here since 2016, when we were severely damaged by hurricanes and Maria in 2017. My name is Chris Regis, assistant coach for Grenada. How's it been for Grenada so far? It's been going good. Stiff competition and trying our best, giving our utmost best. Yeah. Good day, my name is Tyrone Hughes. I'm head coach, president of the Anglers Swimming Association, and head of delegation of today's 32nd OECS swim meet. This is our first meet here, and we're really been proud and privileged to be here. This year,
So you hear it there from some of the coaches over the weekend there in St. Vincent and the Grenadines in the OECS Swimming Championship. Before we continue, I know that Nikki is in the studio. We're going to change this thing around a bit because I don't want to see Nikki what he's doing in the studio right now. Nikki, I was listening to the game and I had to turn and do something that was very important. So could you tell us what is the score of the Legu game and who won the tournament?
Yeah, it was a very exciting game. For those who are listening, quite competitive actually. The under 17 boys beat Cashville in penalty shootouts, 4-3. The game actually ended. The only 2 goals scored in the regulation time were penalty kicks, right? And it ended up 1-1 at the end of final time. Cashville threw away one of the penalties and gave the under 17 boys the heads up to win 4-3. Yeah.
So you said so Cashville lost to under 17. All right, and so 4-3 in penalty.
Correct.
Okay, so we got that all right now. And I see you had a very exciting commentator this afternoon.
Yes. Very exciting, man. He just started going, you know.
How many persons you say you had there? 12,300 and something?
No, 21,317. Yeah. Even the people in the stands who were sitting next to him and hearing him, they were just taken aback, you know. Made the game exciting, yeah.
That was exciting.
And he's from Leu as well, you know. So he knows the players, you know, so it was really easy for him to do commentary and so forth, yeah.
Well, you know, he's always been a comedian. He sometimes MC Beckett Benefit Organization.
Okay. Yeah, I think he teaches the Barley Secondary or something like that.
Yeah, and he always crack up persons when he is the MC of that that show, the Masters show after Carnival. It didn't have quite some time now, but it was always fun to hear him there. So, well, I'm going to leave you to finish up what you're doing right there, and I'm going to continue with the OECS Swimming Champion issues.
Okay.
But you heard me speaking about I give you little snippets of what the coaches had to say in the OECS Championship, which is a 32nd meet. Belle Adams from St. Vincent and the Grenadines secured the gold in the girls 11 to 12 100-meter breaststrokes. Anna and the Guyanese secured silver, and bronze it was by Amara Reese. And in the boys 9 to 10 400 meters freestyle, Antigua and Barbuda secured all top 3 positions. For the girls 8 and under 25-meter breaststroke, Isabel Nichols of Antigua and Barbuda won gold. Emma Fortune of St. Lucia took home silver. Isabel, is it Isabel or Irma Fortune? It said Irma Fortune took home silver. Isabel, teammate Anna Sukarmaran took home bronze. And we are speaking about the OECS Swimming Championship in St. Vincent and the Grenadines at Shrewsbury Aquatic Centre. Saturday morning kicked off with the boys 8 under and under 25-meter breaststroke, with Miles Andrew of St. Lucia taking home the gold and setting a new OECS record. Also, Jalin Westy of Antigua and Barbuda won silver, and Kishon Cobb of Grenada won bronze. There was a clean sweep by St. Vincent and the Grenadines in the boys 11 to 12 100 meters breaststroke. Hazan Dabrel take home the gold for the boys 13 to 14 100 meter breaststroke, and the player from Antigua takes home the silver. Jaden Exu from St. Lucia take home the bronze. And that's it for the information that we gather from the OECS championship just concluded in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We're hopeful that we'll get a good compilation from the authorities there, but those are what we at Nice Radio Sports could have picked up. I just want to let you know that we will have also today, we will have the Football Federation coming in probably around 8 o'clock there to speak. The president and the head coach and one player should be joining us later on today. We had the SVG Independence International Cricket Masters, and we'll give you day 6, the final day, because we have lots of other games that played on day 5. Okay, so we will go to day 6. Okay, Windies Masters emerge as FET Division champions, while all Pro Masters and Canada Masters would share the Festival Division top honors after 2024 SVG International Masters T20 Cricket Festival came to an end yesterday the night. With the entire last day affected by rain, Windies Masters prevailed over Amas Sporting Services, Barbados Masters by 4 runs in the FET Division finals at the Sandhill playing field. Reduced to 10 overs per innings, Windies Masters got 71 for 8 in their allotment. Neil Batiste top scored with 19, Wesley Straker 2 for 7, Winston Gittins 2 for 13, and Anthony Morris 2 for 15. And Bowell, okay, so they went 2 for 15. So Amas Sporting Services of Barbados. Amas Sporting Services of Barbados, in reply, was bowled out. They were slow. They were slow out of the blocks. They had scored only 23 for 3 from 5 overs, leaving 49 to get in the second half of their innings. They eventually fell 4 runs short, ending 67 for 4 in their 10 overs. We also in the Festival Division, finals between Pro Masters and Canada Masters. It was abandoned due to the inclement weather. All Pro Masters had powered their way up to 164 for 6 of 20, batting first. Dean Bear has smashed 39 ball off 70, not out, while Anderson Agard was left unbeaten on 34. They both shared the unbroken 7th wicket stand at 67. Raj Gopalan was the most successful bowler for the Canada Masters, 2 for 31. When Canada Masters batted, they made 25 without loss in 3.4. When the heavens opened up and forcing a complete abandonment of the game, Singh was already going well at 17, not out. So in related stats, Hadru Bassan top batting in the FET Division 142 runs at an average of 71.01, while Canada and the Canadian legend 50-plus Masters duo Imran Raja and Rudy Gibson claimed 10 wickets each to top the 10 wicket charts taken. In the Festival Division, SVG Police Masters, Aaron Swallow amassed 228 runs, the most scored by a batsman in this division. All Pro Masters Deepak Kumar, however, topped the wicket-taking tally in the Festival Division with 10 at an average of 10.105. So that's a conclusion of the Invitational Masters cricket in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Forgive me if my throat, I'm just feeling a little bit thirsty there. The North Leeward Female 20 Super League. Let's see what's happened on Saturday the 9th. Scores: Southern Girls 134 for 4 of 20. Isha Williams 25. Vanessa Herbert 23. Arika Hooper 2 for 13 of 4. Tracy Byron 1 for 24 of 4 overs. Northern Girls was 73 for 2 of 8 overs when the rain ended play. Jafini Joseph 29, Tracy Byron 27. Player of the match was Tracy Byron. So that's what happened in that. After 7 overs in the rain end played, the pass score was 46. Northern Girls was 73 for 2 results. Northern Girls won by 26 runs via the quick run rate. North Leeward T20 series is all square at 1. Well, in football, we'll hear from the football, but SVG will battle Montserrat and Bonaire in their final games at the CONCACAF Nations League in 2024 in El Salvador on the 14th. And then you're on the 17th, Montserrat. They would play Montserrat at 4 p.m. That's it. Let's go to some regional.
Doggy, correction there.
What was that?
They'll play Montserrat on the 14th at 4 p.m. and on the 17th they'll play Bonaire.
Was on the 17th is Bonaire. Okay, I'm sorry, I mixed it up. I must be making callaloo soup or something. Okay, so I'll have to get that changed. The 17th is Bonaire, you said? Is Montserrat. Right. 17th is Bonaire and the 14th is Montserrat.
Yes, and those games are playing in El Salvador.
In El Salvador, okay. Okay, Jamaican Scorpion defeated CCC by 128 runs in the West Indies Super 50 tournament. Jamaica 289 for 8. Brown 121, Blackwood 41, Glen 52, Govia 2 for 31, Goodrich 2 for 38. And the BCC 162 of 38 overs, Brooks 28, Royal 4 for 29, Mackenzie 2 for 20. Matches for today, matches that will come up for today will be Barbados Pride versus Windward Volcanoes and West Indies Academy, and versus Guyana Happy Eagles at the Queen's Park Oval. Let's see what's happening here. Bangladesh leveled the ODI series with a 68-run win over Afghanistan in the second game. Bangladesh 252 for 7 of 50 overs. Shanto 76, Saka 35, Karote 3 for 28, Rashid Khan 2 for 32, 184 of 43.3, with Ramad Shah 52, Atal 39, Ahmed 2 for 28, Miraz 2 for 37, and Rahman 2 for 37. We have New Zealand and Sri Lanka. T20 series ended 1 apiece over the weekend. On Saturday, Sri Lanka won by 4 wickets, New Zealand 135. Sri Lanka 140-6. Then on Sunday, New Zealand bounced back to beat Sri Lanka by 5 runs in a long-scoring encounter. New Zealand 108 off 19.3 and Sri Lanka 203 off 19.5. Silva 52, Ferguson 3 for 7, including a hat-trick. Phillips 3 for 6. New Zealand wicketkeeper Chris Hay had his second high score, 5 catches and 1 stumping. The teams begin the 3-match ODI series on Wednesday. Pakistan thumped Australia by 8 wickets to win a series for the first time in 22 years on Australian soil. Australia 140 off 35.5 overs. Abbott 30. Afridi 3 for 32. Pakistan 143 for 2 off 26.5 overs. Saim Ayub 42. Shafiq 39. Pakistan won the series 2-1. South Africa defeated India by 3 wickets to level the series 1-1 in their T20 series. India 124 off 6 of 20. That's 124 for 6 off 20 overs. Pandey 39, Patel 27. South Africa 128 for 7 off 29 overs. Stubbs 49 and Shakar Ravati 5 for 17. England won the first T20 in Barbados on Saturday by 8 wickets to take a 1-0 lead in the 5-match series against the West Indies. 182 for 9, Puran 38, Russell 30, Shepherd 35 not out, Moti 33, Rashid 3 for 32, England 183 for 2, Salt 103 not out, and Bethel 58 not out. Well, their game is being played today. I know when I spoke to Alex earlier on, the game, the West Indies went down 3 early wickets for 40-something, but I don't know what is happening then because I can't see the game. I'm not able to follow the game for where I am. So we'll get that later as we go along during sports highlights. The game will finish today because the game started at 4 o'clock. Results of weekend matches in the English Premier League now. Brentford 3, Bournemouth 2, Crystal Palace 0, Fulham 2, West Ham 0, Everton 0, Wolves 2, Southampton 0, Brighton 2, Man City 1, Liverpool 2, Aston Villa 0, Manchester United 3, Leicester 0, Nottingham Forest 1, Newcastle 3, Tottenham 1, Ipswich 2, Chelsea 1, and Arsenal 1. This is music to my ears. Coco Gauff showed supreme determination to come back from a set down to beat the Chinese player Xing Qiwing to win the season-ended the WTA Finals in Saudi Arabia on Saturday. In an thrilling encounter that lasted for just over 3 hours, Goff won 3-6, 6-4, 7-6. At 20 years old, she is the youngest player to win the tournament since Maria Sharapova 2 decades ago, and the youngest American since Serena Williams in 2001. Goff collected a cool $4.8 million to a record amount in women's professional tennis. So congratulations to Coco Gauff. We are so happy to see her coming out on top. You know, she had a few struggles here and there in some of her last meets, but we see her getting back there on track. And we are so happy to see that. I haven't seen any of my guys yet coming in there. Looking to find out from Alex what's the update on the game in Barbados. So Alex, you could probably pop in and bring us up to date. We expect the Football Federation to be with us there in the last part. They said the president was in Layu, and so he and his guys have to get together, his team have to get together, and they will participate around 8 o'clock, they said. So now we have, let me see what other. England made 2 in a row with another convincing win over the West Indies to go up in the series. So we just got this scores. England made it 2 in a row and another convincing win over West Indies to go 2 up in the series against the West Indies in Barbados. Today, having won the first game on Saturday, scores West Indies 158 for 8 of 20, Powell 42, Shepherd 2 for 22, Livingston 2 for 16, Mahmood 2 for 20, Mosley 2 for 29. England won 61 for 3 of 14.5 overs, Butler 83, Jacks 38, Livingston 23 not out, Shepherd 2 for 42. The team moved to St. Lucia for the next 3 games. The third game is scheduled for Thursday. So that's the result of the game played today in Barbados.
We have a caller. Good night. Sports Highlights. Welcome.
Good night.
Yes, good night, sir.
Yeah. Dougie, you say you cannot see the game from where you are?
Yeah, because I have a problem with my my provider. They normally I get it on Willow, but I only could see one Willow channel. One Willow channel right now. Normally you could get more than one. So only one I'm seeing.
You don't have Willow on your phone?
Yes, but I was no, I don't have Willow on my phone.
It was good to have it on your phone so you could see it.
Yeah, well, I got the results anyway, but I know what is happening. Okay, and so what you thought of the game? It's the second game.
No, I didn't see any game, but I just respond because you say you can't.
Yeah. Normally I have 2 Willow channels on my television, but only one is showing up these days since they had the hurricane. Only one is showing up, so I have to put up with that. I thought you were watching the game.
Try to get it on your phone so you could.
Yeah, well, I can't always be looking. If you know how I have to operate, sometimes
I know you're busy when you get a chance.
It's difficult. It's extremely difficult.
So you could be listening to. You can't always be looking. Sometimes
not necessarily looking.
I could listen.
But I only have 2 ears, and the amount of things I have to listen to all the time becomes a problem. Yeah. So you see, we lost 2 T20 already, and somebody was saying last session we had here That's why. What's the reason of bringing back stars when the stars are not performing? But you develop your own T20 because these guys kind of disappointing us, you know.
What I want to talk about is you see guys sometimes spinning with the tire, what they call it donut. Is that a sport?
I don't know.
Is
I
that
don't know.
considered a sport when somebody is driving and spinning around like donut
Yeah, drifting.
in the street?
It's called drifting.
That's not a sport though, is that?
Well, they're trying to make it a sport. It's drifting is in the car racing category, but it's not a sport, an official sport. It's more of a private challenge right now. They don't have it as an official sport. So
I was in the area of driving in the area of Miami International Airport a couple years ago, and in the intersection, this guy spinning wrong.
But it's
And the light is green. And the light is green and nobody could move because they had to for 5 minutes.
Well,
So I call the police, but somebody else called the police before me. I see two police cars coming down the road. The guy took up the road.
Well, that's a tell you, that it's an illegal thing that they do. They go in parking lots too, especially when they have these open malls and when you see the clear. Right here where I'm living, about 2 minutes walk away from me across to the open air mall. When you see the cars move out to hear them in the night, screeching when they go next day, see tire marks all around the place, and that's what they do. They fool around, you know. But
what they do, like you may have like 100 of them gather some on the street and they slow down the traffic. So you think you're driving and you think something happened, like an accident up the road or something, but they actually slow the traffic down, and so they could do their stuff in the middle of the road. That's craziness. To get to different places.
Quite a lot of them, you know, get arrested, you know, and it
happened in Long Island just last week. Somebody get hurt because the guys out there filming, and the car went out of control and hurt somebody.
Well, you know, I have a lot of ignorant people around, eh? A lot of ignorant people.
Last thing I'm going to say, last week you were talking about Guyana and the shell thing and the development. They're building 6 hospitals in Guyana right now, which we're going to have all the latest equipment. And they say people won't need to travel to America to get medical thing. And that would fit nice into the sports because, you know, injuries happen with you in sports. And that would be good for the sports.
Well, let me put it this way. Trinidad has a really good medical service, and still people travel to America. So it's a choice. It's a matter.
And the other guy, Manning, they have to come to both Cuba and America to get services.
Yeah, so it's a matter of choice. It's a matter of choice where people want to go to get there.
Yeah, your choice. But what they're saying is less people would need because they're gonna have all the latest equipment. They could fund it, you know, other countries may not be able to fund that.
Well, Trinidad is oil rich too, so that's the point I was making. Is that
Guyana beating Trinidad right now in terms of money. Guyana is way ahead of Trinidad now.
No, I can't say that. What happened is that don't mistake growth for. You remember, Guyana just has discovered oil. Mm-hmm. So their economy, it was at zero, basically, because you know Guyana was in a real mess. So what you have is tremendous growth. After a while, that growth is going to slow.
More growth than Trinidad.
That's
what Trinidad had, but in currently than what Trinidad able to do. They're able to do more than what Trinidad able to do right now.
But that growth is you have to have something to measure it by. Trinidad has already developed itself along certain lines over the years because they always had the oil refinery, doing a lot of things. Now, right now, Guyana is growing, so they're growing rapidly. It will take them years to catch up with what Trinidad did. They may supersede that. They might pass them but that is left to be seen. We have to wait and see how they will manage this oil wealth. Because remember, at one time, Trinidad, Dr. Eric Williams had said, the problem with Trinidad
Problem is not money.
is not money.
Money is the problem.
Money is the problem, right? So let's hope that Trinidad, Guyana, just don't fall into that category where they make a mess of things because they have an oil boom. And that is easy to do, easy to do. To get beside yourself, you know. So
yeah, well,
but they have
there was some Exxon, some guys from Exxon on my flight, and I asked them. They said they fly down to Guyana like weekly, back and forth weekly to do the oil stuff in Guyana.
Yeah, well, Exxon is the oil company that is exploring and doing the oil.
Mm-hmm.
Not just exploration, but extraction. And so you will have that happening, and you'll have it. But what they're doing good is that they're trying now in December. They're going to have a Super League. That is going to take place. That Exxon is the sponsor.
Providence Stadium.
Right. Exxon is the sponsor, and the government of Guyana is also investing in the sporting arena so that they could have sports tourism and develop, because they now have the money to invest. Before that, if they didn't have the money to invest, we just played normal cricket like everybody else and can't invest into some of these things. So we do appreciate that. And I think it's probably
it's like 10, 15 minutes from the main area of Georgetown, the main business section of Georgetown. 10, 15 minutes. But let me get off before Alex come at me. So have a good night. Bye-bye.
All right. What do you want to call Alex name? We speaking. You don't have to call Alex name about that. All right. So there we are. So we give you the information on the OECS championships, and Vincent and Grenady did very well. We gave you information on we have a couple of other things that we didn't finish. Some football. We got some other football information. We have football results of matches in the Spanish La Liga over the weekend. Real Madrid 4, Osasuna 0, Valencia 3, Alaves 0, Leganes 1, Sevilla 0, Betis 2, Celta Vigo 2, Mallorca 0, Atletico 1, Getafe 0, Girona 1, Valladolid 1, Athletic Club 1, Real Sociedad 1, and Barcelona 0. That's we didn't give you that part of the football before. So we now give that to you, what happened in the Spanish La Liga. All right?
Dougie.
Yes, sir.
I remember some mornings back you brought some sports news that having sex is a sport now.
Oh.
I was supposed to ask you about that. You have an update on what's going on?
I ain't got no. I have no. I have no update on that particular issue. But I know it's somewhere is either Holland or someplace that they were having this sex sports, that they want to make sex is sports. So yeah, that's crazy. I brought it because it is just to show you how the world is going stone crazy.
Yeah, I find it strange. I mean,
Yeah.
how sex become a sport now?
Well, I don't know. They're making sports with sex. This is not in that sense. But I just get a message from Roger Gurley. He's in Trinidad, but you're supposed to give us some information, but he has internet issues, so we hope we could get some stuff from him later on. Okay, that's from Roger Gurley, because he's down there with some Special Olympics, with the Special Olympians in Trinidad. Roger Gurley is down there dealing with that. He should be back up on a Wednesday, I think. So hopefully we'll get a report from him. But he said that's what happened to him down there. He has some issues with internet. All right. And what else can I bring to the table today? I was looking to see some other thing that was happening. Okay, so let's go back to Leyu, Nikki.
Yeah.
What are the actual crowd turnout? What's the condition now? How was the feel? I know we had lots of rain. Give us a little overview.
The field was pretty much waterlogged. After they had a junior game first, and after that, then the guys came and finished the outlining of the park and so forth. Game started on time, and because of the weather conditions, it kind of got dark really, really fast. But people start coming pretty late. More like for the second half, you had a full flooding of persons, patrons coming to the park and so forth.
So the condition of the field kind of took away from giving us a better finals that we should have.
Correct. Yes, because you had people like the likes of Myron Samuel and so forth. He just couldn't shine in the game. You would have wanted to see somebody like him, or ex-national player, perform and so forth. But the youngsters, they not taking anything away from them. They played really, really well. Yeah, the under 17 guys, they played really, really, really well. So I think it was really deserving of them to win the tournament.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did they bring Mr. Hazelwood up there?
I don't know Mr. Hazelwood. I don't think I saw him or heard
he's
anybody.
He's a blind man, I know. So
okay.
But Mr. Hazelwood. Well, I heard your commentator making comments about Mr.
letting people know how Mr. Hazelwood, why the tournament is named after him and so forth. Yes. He was, as he said, really, really good person in the society. Well, can't say was. He is a sports person and so forth, always contributing to the community of Leyu and for the development of the place and so forth.
And he has a shop and he introduced what he said he introduced what is
10 cents slice and 50 cents marby and
that's Tony Hazelwood. So Mr. Hazelwood, I know that you are listening. I'm happy that they did put the tournament in honor of yourself. And I thought that was a glowing tribute to having you as the patron of the tournament. The Leyu, the Williams, Jody, Hazelwood, Leyu Intervillage Football Competition.
Real long name.
Yes, and that concluded today. Under 17, Leyu under 17 beating Cashville. Well,
yes.
Well, I guess Cashville didn't put enough deposit in the bank.
I don't think so. Yeah.
They must have put it in their pocket, but they didn't bring it to the field.
But the conditions really affected the play. You know, a lot of the guys had the regular studs, you know, and that can't hold up in those conditions.
It was 6 studs to that.
Right. If you don't have 6 pegs and so forth, then yeah, game went pretty good. 2 red cards were shown. No, a few yellow cards, 1 red card. And
Carlisle was the fourth referee.
Carlisle didn't show up. He couldn't make it, he said. When I spoke to him, he said he was going through some issues and so forth. So yeah, he put me on the chest. Wayne, and then Wayne told me he had to go because I think he traveling with the national team or something like that.
Okay.
Yes. So Wayne gave me what's his name? Morgan.
Okay.
Chester Morgan, yes. So Chester was the one doing the commentary there and had the crowd going wild, man. Yeah.
10,349.
He said, and at one point he said, look, another bus load coming there, foreigners. Become major sending a bus load of 1,000 and some foreigners.
It's funny. It's funny. Well, I don't know what we have next coming up in what we have going on is right now is the Top Belay Progressive Organization, and I'm looking forward to. I know rain would have affected them today. They played yesterday, but I don't have any. We have now. Roxelle John says that the finals for the National Lottery's Unique Touch Soccer St. Vincent and the Grenadines Community College Invitational Football Finals. So, speaking about a long name, Nikki, that's a super long name. So that's for the 15th at Victoria Park. So that is the 15th is what day is that? The 15th is going to be a Friday. So that's a Friday. Friday is the 15th. So that's taking place at 5 p.m. Third place playoff. 5 p.m. is the third place playoff. 7 p.m. is the grand finale. And 9 p.m. is presentation ceremony. 9:30 to 11:30 p.m. is the after party. $5 to go in, Roxelle says. So look out for an exciting finish of a Friday evening there. I don't know. We'll have to see if Abraham is having his program. If so, well, we probably would not be able to bring the finals there. But that's from Roxelle John. I'm looking to see normally if the Top Belay Progressive Organization send us any information this evening, but we haven't seen anything popping up from them. All we have is Roxelle John from there. You listen to Sports Highlights here on Nice Radio. Let's take a commercial break. Let's take
we have a call. Let's take the
call.
call.
Let's take the caller first. Yeah, okay.
Sports Highlights. Good night.
Good night, my brother.
Good night.
Hey,
good night.
Mr. Hazelwood.
William Hazelwood. Good night, Bobby.
How are you, sir? Well, congratulations.
I listen everything.
Yes.
I just called to congratulate the Ladies Program Association for honoring for the football that goes on in life. Dougie, I was a groundsman for many, many years. I know how the park they come. I know this would be big river boy. If the woods and Mr. Sammy Ballantyne. I negotiate with Miss Sinclair
St.
together.
Hill. St.
I
Hill.
was the I help cut down a coconut tree and all kind of shit to make the park. And they make me the groundsman. My salary was $14 a month. I never get 14 cents. But I work until I couldn't go no more. But the big thing at the flooding at the park, we had a big drain up in the top there. And that drain used to take all the water and carry it over to the big river. But I believe that drain block up now. And when the water come down from Possible Way, you had a grid there. The grid slap up and the water come over the grid and come straight down from the park. And I believe that was the issue. And they have to get and try and straighten that out. In order that, because the park never flood when I was there, all the rain was coming and so. So I called to congratulate the Sports Association who honor me today. I'm grateful. I couldn't come out. And even though I was invited to go there, I couldn't make it because the rain was heavy, down here, real heavy, and so.
Nikki, let me just let me pause
very
one. Let me just pause one moment, Mr. Hazelwood. Nikki, could you copy the link and WhatsApp it to me, please? Because it seemed like something is. No, not you. Just hold on one minute, Mr. Nikki, you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Just copy the link and WhatsApp it to me, please. Let me send it out. Okay, yeah, Mr. Hazelwood. It is the St. Hills had owned Rutland Vale Estate.
Excuse me?
I said St. Hills. The St. Hills had owned Rutland Vale Estate.
Rutland Vale Estate.
Yeah, so they gave the land.
What really happened, Doggy? We didn't have a park at all to play no food. We used to play with the school, there was a piece of place. When they knock the ball, you go in the sea at the river. I don't remember in 1987 around it. Mr. E.T. Woods and Mr. Sammy Ballantyne, two great men from Lay. We had a meeting in the school, and about 7 o'clock, about 6 o'clock the evening, these two gentlemen walk into the meeting, and from the time they walk in, everybody get attention and support them because it was the representative for Lay. And they say they come to bring a message to us. So everybody said, well, come, let me hear the message. They said, we just negotiate with the center to get a piece of land, to get a new football field, playing field. They done all the boundary and everything, they don't show you all the boundary and everything, and everything ready to go. The from the time they tell me, they mash up, you know. And everybody want to say, come, we want to buy this land because we're so glad to get it field. And that same evening, you know what we do? I never know where all the action cutlets come from. We cut down all the coconuts and then put it there, protect back the field, all the coconuts still on their ground. So from that time, we start to walk and cut down all the trees, lemon trees and lime tree and sun, and clear up the place and everything, and then it would send a bulldozer to help clean up the place. But the big thing about it, when we was cleaning something else with trees and so, my man come and check with the lawyer, this lawyer, the old boy. Anyhow, he had land in Vermont there.
Isaac?
Isaac. He come and check with the bulldozer from me and say he wanted to do some work in his place. A road head to his place.
Mm-hmm.
And when the tributes come down this Saturday, come up there and think the workout going on, they tell them that this, my man, take the bullets and go. If he would turn up on the field there and start to cry. You know what he said? He said, every time I ask for something for my people in Central Leeward, they all time deny me from getting it. And that time he was in the Labour Party, you know. As a liar too, was a liar. And I witnessed man cry right on top of the field. Right? So when he died, the people in there have one demonstration against the Labour Party, people will come to his funeral. I could remember that one.
Mm-hmm.
Because he said every time he had to something with his people in Central Leeward, they are trying refusing him. And it's happening down to today. None of the representative from Central Leeward cannot get nothing done in Central Leeward for the people. And they start from the Labour Party covered today. And I am afraid to say that because I know what I'm saying. So, the big thing about that, after the NDP take over government, Mr. Mitchell started to negotiate with the center to get, because all the Westland was offered, the whole state was offered by the Labour Party and they were pushed by the state. So, the same time he was negotiating with the center to get the state, Orange Hill thing come up, and so he had to put up that thing. So, the center started to sell out the land, you know. But we still get the park go good and the park was going good. But one day, the fellas and they playing balls. Mr. Taylor come with three white men. Say, they come to sell this land because no money we pay on it. This time the Labour Party people, they ain't pay Mr. Taylor no money. So after I get to Hobby call Mr. Mitchell. And Mr. Mitchell said, Hobby, go down and find out for Mr. Taylor what happened. And Hobby go to Mr. Taylor and they sold their settlers and the NDP and the Mr. Mitchell pay for the land. Well, we want to hand the park today. So you see, the Labour Party people, they get the land, but the land was paper under the NDP with Mr. Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a part of history. You know?
Yes,
but
I got you. Yes.
Just call that to congratulate the guys and
Mm-hmm.
that make me feel so happy to know they consider me still.
Yes, that is wonderful. I am happy to hear that. So I thank you for the call.
But I got a lot of things behind me, but I can't go with everything tonight. You understand?
Yeah, we'll chat another day. Okay?
So we'll go like back some more.
Yes. Thanks a lot.
Good night,
God bless.
everybody.
Yeah.
All my fans, all the football players in Layu. My team been in the Westside Snacket Boys. That time we used to sell 10 cents cake, a glass of Marby for 12 cents. A slice of cake and a head bread, a cupcake, a Babylon. Babylon being for 25 cents. And the slice and everything was for 10 cents. So when I get 10 cents, 12 cents Marby, and a piece of cake for 10 cents. A cake for 10 cents. And we carried that on for years. Even when my wife died, before this week was 25 cents. And tell my children them, I ain't moving it from 25 cents. When I did, all the cook carried the fire. So from 12 cents, 25 cents maybe, 25 cents cake.
Mm-hmm.
And that go for years. My little shop I got here right now is 52 years old. That little man still selling Marby and cake and everything. You could still come here and get a piece of cake for 50 cents and a glass of Marby for 150. 150, big one for 250. You get your bread and fish for 150 and all like that.
So,
And
so,
God exercise
so,
every
so that's the Williams.
the person could come with a $20 and get something good for you.
So that's the Williams Story Hazelwood West Side, 12 cents, 25 cents barbershop.
Yeah,
Miss
so
Hazelwood, thank you for the call.
but I'm now boy like a response from Mr. Russell to from cook that time Russell used to Mr. Russell them used to the Coca-Cola. Them is for people to the Coca-Cola and Fanta and all these things. So when one time I asked him for donation and they give me sponsor and they go on for years with me, never take out a sponsor from me. So my team
Well-
was the West Side Coca-Cola Snacket Boys.
Okay. All right. Thanks a lot, Miss Hazelwood. We'll continue. I want to take a commercial break and then come back because I expect some other guests. I expect some other guests to be with me. So I will talk to you later.
I never
Thanks a
be
lot.
able, I will give
Okay
them a
then.
lot of
Okay then.
history, man.
All right. God
So
bless.
some
All right.
great players come out of life.
All right. Okay.
Right.
Nikki, let's take a commercial break and come back.
Do you have a passion for sport? Then Sports Highlights is a place to be. Share the passion every Sunday and Wednesday, 7 to 9 p.m. Sports from the heart, only on Sports Highlights.
TK Grace and Company is the number one supermarket. 100% intention. The Intention Supermarket. We've got more of what you're looking for in multiple locations to serve you more and more. In business now for over 50 years, and you will always say by shopping right here. Oh yes, we're number one. TK Grace and Company, and we are Vincent Johns, a supermarket for you and me.
Now let's be real. We're not all police officers, but we all want to safeguard our finances. And that's why the Police Cooperative Credit Union is open to everybody. That's right, we cater for anybody. At a brand new location too. Step up to the Police Cooperative Credit Union headquarters on Bay Street between Diamond Girl and Lanes number 2. And we provide a range of top-class financial services, including fixed deposits, quick cash, savings, and loans, and a survivor's benefit grant of $5,000. We're open 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday to Friday and up to 11:30 on Saturday. Check us out on Facebook or call Police Cooperative Credit Union at 485-6840. And remember, even if you're not a police officer, we're cool with that.
St. Vincent Containers proudly introduces its high-quality bathroom tissue. Furtis, Lilies, Midushi. Manufactured to conform to local, CARICOM, and international standards. Tested and certified by the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Bureau of Standards. No roll less than 300 sheets. Legitimate sheet and core sizes. Virgin pulp, no recycled. Soft but not lightweight. Professionally produced and packaged. Now available throughout St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Furtis, Lilies, Midushi. Excellent Incension products.
Instacash now offering you more chances to win with 2 new games. There's Strike for $2 and In Between available at $3. These 2 new games are loaded with cash prizes. With Strike, you can match up to 10 numbers and win $2,500. In Between, so easy to play, offering up to $6,000. Get your Instacash Strike and In Between tickets at Lotto agents. And remember, with Instacash, there's no waiting for a draw, and you can win instantly.
The public is asked to note that chiropractor Dr. Edmund Seeley is now conducting clinic and will see patients by appointments only. To make an appointment, call 456-9318 or 531-5318.
Well, we are back. We're back here with Sports Highlights. We hoping that we can get everything working. Seem like the links are not working, so Good. I have some information coming from the North Leeward Super League for today. Coors Hill Rangers versus Spring Village Ajuba. A match reduced to 15 overs because of rain. Scores: Coors Hill Rangers 105 for 9 off 15. Javid Wilson 30. Cosmo Taksha 20. Michael Joseph 2 for 14 off 3. Imran Joseph 2 for 24 off 3 overs. And the match got abandoned due to rain. I think. Oh, let's see. Okay. Well, that was the information I just had on my phone, and that message was deleted. So I guess there was an error. So we look forward to seeing something back from them. Maybe they give us wrong information. All right, so we apologize for that. But that dissipated off the radar with us right there. Alex says his...
Gunny was trying to call the group chat there. I don't know. Gunny, if you're hearing us, remember the number to call 498-3802. That's our WhatsApp number. Or 456-5967. If you're calling from the US, 718-734-5615.
All right. Okay. I getting back the information from the North Leeward Super League. Okay, so let's see now. Here we got the... Okay, we got the match. Okay, so we got back the North Leeward. That was deleted a while ago. I think they probably made some correction.
Good night, live on Sports Highlights.
Good night, gentlemen.
Yes.
Good night.
I'm sorry to distract you from your very important issues with regards to your news. But, as I return to St. Vincent the Grenadines, I recognize that one of the casualties of the cricket facility that we have was track and field. And I'm speaking of none other than the long and triple jump facility that I suspect the Athletic Association would have spent between probably $20,000 to $40,000 to have that thing constructed and placed there. And I really don't know if anybody has any idea as to why that became a casualty. Why is it that facility was disrupted? Why is it being forced to be removed from its position? I don't want to weight any blame. I just asking questions relative to that. Because the pit is no longer there, the sand pit is no longer there. So obviously, if there's no sand pit, then the facility itself, it makes no sense being placed there. There is no suggested transfer of this particular equipment because the equipment still remains there. The mat, as I said before, the mat is pretty expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the mat is built to last for quite a long time. So the mat is still there. Obviously, with all Tom, Dick, and Harry using the mat now, I suspect some vehicles would have been rolling on it. So some of the mat has been compromised. But I, as I said, I'm asking questions. Why was this facility a casualty of the cricket, the new cricket facility that we had constructed there at Annisfield? Anyway, you guys have any particular input to?
I don't. I remember you asking that question already, and I seek to get information. Tonight I really wanted to have a chat on athletics with Lord of Mercy, Fuzzy, and what's the other gentleman name? Oh boy, the other person, another coach, because that's one of the questions I wanted to ask. So I don't know if Lord have Mercy is able to.
One of those guys, I agree with you, Dougie. One of those guys here, Fuzzy, because Fuzzy is right there on the ground, so to speak, and he has been right there on the ground for the last couple of years. So probably he would have some more information that you and I don't have.
I called Huzzy.
What organ you talking about?
I called Huzzy, and I had no answer. I text him. I had no answer. Morgan is the other guy. I sent a message to him. I called him. I had no answer. Never had a response. Lord of Mercy had promised to come and chat with us about athletics. I was supposed to have spoken to him yesterday to have a pre-discussion on where we're going to go with this discussion. But yesterday is one of the days that I end up not feeling so well. And you won't believe what I could tell you this. I went in my bed around 8:30 and I got up around 7 o'clock this morning.
Ooh, thank God.
I was just not feeling that well at all. So
Good rejuvenation, Doug. I wish I could have that kind of long sleep there, boy. That would be all welcome.
Yeah. My wife tell me, well, Doug, you sleep for days. I said, it's only a few hours.
Back to the same issue, Doug, because I think the National Sports Council is supposed to be in charge of all the sports in St. Vincent, the Grenadines.
Mm-hmm.
And they should be looking out for all the sports. I mean, not just, as I said before, because you're focusing on cricket, that means everything else should be compromised. I'm thinking that because, as I indicated earlier, that where the long triple jump facility is, does not in any way mitigate against the playing of cricket, football, whatever. It does not in any way interfere with that. It lies on a basic strip, and it does not interfere. As I said, money would have been spent. I mean, I was fortunate to tag along with the amateur athletics, well, at that time, when it was team athletics, and we were able to put a facility at the grammar school grounds. I mean, we had a lot of concessions from the person who constructed it, and it cost about $25,000. Now, obviously, without concessions and so forth, that would cost about $40,000. And I'm thinking that here is a facility that, at least as I said before, $20,000 to $40,000 that lies there now. Absolutely nothing can be done in terms of facilitating development in long and triple jump. Nothing can be done because this facility has been heavily compromised, and therefore now is being forced to move to another location. Nobody has identified another location as yet. And well, I came back here a month ago. So this has to have been done, perhaps, as I said before, during the construction or the reconstruction or renovations of the Annisvale to accommodate the cricket. And
but that's when it got removed. You know, I saw when they were working on the outside grounds to sort of level it and get it manicured and so forth and whatnot. And I was saying to myself, I walked down there one day, what happened to the athletics long jump pit and so? Why they messing with that? That is totally outside of they don't need to mess with that. And so it happened, you know. So it happened. But is there a similar facility at Brighton?
Yes, there's a facility at Brighton, yes. And there's one at Grammar School ground. So there are two now, that would have been the third one there. And the thing is about those sports, Doug, is that those are still developing. People can still achieve greatness in the long and triple jump because, I mean, it's open to anybody. And I'm saying we have two facilities in the Grenadines. I think that's more than they have in Barbados. And could you imagine what the potential are as far as those things are concerned?
Dominica proved
it. If it was the pit itself that was posing problem, the pit could be covered. The pit can be covered, and therefore, when it is needed to be used, it could be unlocked and simply open to accommodate the persons, the participants in that particular field of sport. So I didn't understand why is it that this issue was allowed to be compromised to this particular degree.
Whereas I saw damage. I saw damage to the run-up strip.
Right. The run-up itself is being damaged right now because of, I suspect, the heavy traffic that has been put on it. And I don't know if there's any compensation to go back to team athletics with regards to moving this facility, as I said before, to someplace else or to on different location or seemingly out a better position out at hand. I really don't know. Nobody is saying anything, and that, as I said before, if it was not raised before, where are we going?
Because not every person could reach Brighton to practice.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a quite a bit of athletes who go down to Annisvale to practice.
Right.
So you must have more than 3 or 4 facilities. You don't have any of that in the North Leeward area or the Central Leeward area.
Or the Grenadines.
And so they probably need to also put one now. Now they have the Cumberland playing field down there. You need to probably, because look at what Dominica has gold.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying, Dougie. I'm saying it's not a difficult thing, because these facilities, the long and triple jump especially, I mean, there are always opportunities. When you see, for example, at the last meet in the Diamond League, the winning jump was, I think, like 8:16.
Mm-hmm.
8:16. I mean, when you look at that, I mean, that's way off the world record. The world record is 8:95.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking that people can access these facilities and perhaps again gain scholarships, because, as I said before, it is still being further developed. People are moving in that particular direction. But why? I still can't understand, Dougie. Why would this? Here's an association that has been labeled, so to speak, our National Sports Association, and there is a body in charge of that, and you're telling me you're compromising a facility to advance another one?
Something has to be wrong with the way we look at development. And as you say, with long jump and triple jump, it is also a skill that you have to practice, really practice, to get your coordination right.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to really have the facility, in place and to the standard, so that you can do well,
Now, that's the way I'm saying, Dougie, for example, when in my days, when I was long jumping, I was moving from a grass surface to a synthetic surface. My first world championship, I fouled out because I could not gain a run up to the board. I tried my endeavor best, but it was just impossible for a space of time of one day to be able to get the run up properly on this particular different type of surface.
Mm-hmm.
So I was compromised. I mean, and I'm thinking, here we have 3 facilities. It is we don't seem to be attracting any long triple jumpers. I don't know why, because we had 3 facilities. We now have 2 facilities, one at the grammar school grounds and one at the Diamond Stadium. But we had one at Annisvale. But I'm thinking, I don't understand why we're not attracting. I know when Fuzzy was down there, Fuzzy had, I think, one of the guys who went off on scholarship, a guy Ural. He was a budding, and I think he's still doing well as far as the long and triple jump is concerned. So he's still a promising person to continue to look at. But he used the facility at grammar school, and he was able to improve in his particular performance.
What's the condition of the grammar school facility?
Well, the team athletics, they did some repairs last year. I think that it has still been compromised as far as the facility is concerned. I have no idea why people want to vandalize the property. That is something that amazes me all the time. Why would people want to vandalize something like that? I mean, but I suspect you will all have these types of people in every society.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we are still being compromised there. It's difficult to maintain that because I don't know who watches the grounds. Even though the grounds are enclosed, I really don't know if there's a watchman in place. I remember in those days when they had Cardo and those guys, people treated the ground with a little bit more respect. I know Sardine is playing a very significant role as far as that development is concerned. But I don't think he's keeping an eye on the long jump facility. I think he's basically concerned about the grounds in relation to football. Mm-hmm. But I know it's still being compromised because I don't, as I said before, people are removing some of the strip. I don't know why. As I said before, I have no idea what they're going to do with it.
Okay. Well, Odd, I have the football as I promised. We had some issue with the new link, and you would see a new link I put up there. So you must make note of that because the link has changed again for the restream. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Okay then. All right. Thanks a lot, Odd. Well, I have someone from the football here. Is it Hendrickson there?
Yes, this is me.
Yes, sir. How are you? Good evening and welcome to Sports Highlights.
Good evening. Thank you.
Okay. Tell us what's happening. Bring us up to steam now.
Well, we leave tomorrow for our last sojourn of the group stage play in El Salvador. We play in El Salvador, but we play Montserrat and Bonaire.
Okay. How would preparation for these other games now? We played in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We did pretty okay. I know you last time we spoke, you were hoping that we could do a little better, but we are still in the run-ins. What is the preparation like right now?
Yeah, well, certainly. We felt like, even though El Salvador, some might think it's the, preemptive win of the group, we felt like we did well enough to win both games here in St. Vincent versus them. We came up short in the first game, but I was very happy with the way the players responded the second game on that Sunday. So we were able to, keep pace with them. So we're 2 points behind them in the group as far as group leadership. And it's going to come down to these last two games. What we need to do is win our last two games. And then, whatever happens with them, happens with them. But we've put ourselves in a position that as long as we win these two games, we will be, at the least in the play-in game for the Gold Cup. So
okay,
it's just a matter of us. Doesn't matter what happens with El Salvador. It's a matter of us taking care of our business and winning these next two games.
Okay. I see we have been joined by Cornelius. Cornelius, good evening, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody listening in public. Nice to for you guys to have me here.
Well, you're welcome anytime. Tell me something. For those who don't know and understand, who is Cornelius Short?
Well, this humble guy from South Leeward. Played for the national team for years, played internationally for 17 plus years. So, I've been here for a long time. So hopefully people could, from tonight and going forward, people could get to know me and stuff.
What is your position on the team?
Well, if the coach want me to play goalkeeper, I can play also.
Yeah.
But normally I play striker or even a wing number 10, anywhere about this position.
Mm-hmm. You said you play internationally. Where you been playing?
I started in Canada with the Vancouver Whitecaps, and then I moved to Europe where I play for Vepso. Then I played for the last 8 years in Asia, but now I'm currently in Indonesia in the Liga 1 in Indonesia.
Okay, tell me something. Give us a little piece of your journey.
Well, I started. We played the under 20 in Victoria Park. That was 2009, and then we played against Jamaica, Haiti, and he had some scouts came there to watch these Jamaicans. And when the scouts saw me play, he came up to, I think it was Dowers at the time. He reached out to. I was playing for Roddy Dowers. I was playing for Hopes at that time, and he was like, "I need this kid." And the next month or so, I was in Vancouver, set up, starting my career. So it only took me one match in the preliminaries for the World Cup under 20. So that's where.
What advice would you give to youngsters who are aspiring to do similar things that you have been doing?
Normally, when I speak to these kids, I say to them, first of all, you have to choose your friends, choose your surroundings, choose the people who you bring in your circle. And the next thing, you have to be disciplined, focused, because outside there, the game is very crucial. Outside is only just doing what you have to do and just make a career to yourself. But all in all, I would give like the kids, you have to work hard, keep discipline, and even if somebody tell you can't do it, you just have to keep pushing yourself day in, day out.
Okay. Well, I know that you have a good coach with you, and a man who has experience with you. So, you know, I know he would only give you good guidance. And
Well, when if not to interrupt, when I heard like Ezra was coming, I was like, for us, this is is a huge accomplishment for Simmons and the Grenadines, because if you follow, not I don't want to be like him, but Ezra is a really really big thing for us. If you watch his TV and watch the guys he coached, this is a huge, 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 huge thing for us. And as you can see, our style of football has been changing dramatically. The discipline has been changing, the mentality has been changing. But you know, it's gonna take time, and I just hope he could stay patient with us and keep hope and keep working with us to try to put St. Vincent on the map. And I hope he just stick around for a very, 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 very long time, because you can see from we are competing against also El Salvador, teams that are 86 in the world, and we are beating them, and we could have beaten them for the two games. But so as you can see, our football is going in the right direction, and it only take one good leader. And for me, I'm blessed to work with a guy with Ezra, and I hope and I consider the other players are actually happy to have him on board also.
tell me something. Being in the Asia League right now and having to play for St. Vincent and the Grenadines must be some challenges in terms of your movement and
Yeah,
commitment. How was
actually
that?
that's the you could say that's the biggest factor. But I've been doing it for a long time. Sometimes it could wear a heavy toll on your body, but for me, I put this color, wear this colors for Simmons and the Grenadines, I do it with pride and honor. So for me, I have to sacrifice one for one. So in this case, I have to sacrifice my journey for my country, and I would do that any day, anytime, once I'm healthy and have health and strength.
What time you have to go back to Asia?
Well, for this time, unfortunately, I could only play one game, which will be on the 14, because my club is like in a kind of situation right now, and they asked me if I could please come back a little bit early this time, because the
Okay.
journey we are playing like one day before, so they want me to come back a little bit early this time.
Okay, so you're playing the first game on the 14th and then you go back to Asia.
Unfortunately, yes.
All right. Well, I want to encourage you to to keep carrying on. I will wish you all the best. I wish you ever success. Um,
Thank you,
um,
brother.
Not just, but because if you succeed on the field, you succeed in your ability to look after yourself and your
Yeah,
family.
that's
So,
true.
and we want
Because
that to happen too. You know.
because this is one of the reasons why I keep doing it, because to be honest, we have a lot of good talent, a young talent who I see have very, very, very much potential. And for me, my aim for going into this journey was to just give my everything and try to get us in the top tier. Because when you reach in the top tier, you have a lot of scouts, you have a lot of top teams, you have a lot of eyes. So this is my number one goal, and I show the federation and Ezra this is their goal also. For me, so that's why I pour everything when I play on the field, just to give these kids the opportunity to be seen. Even if I could give 120% just for that could happen. This is why this is was my number one goal going into this season.
Okay, before I bring the city president is with us. Before I bring him in, I'm going to go back to Coach Hendrickson. So Hendrickson, you haven't played any games. There was a criticism leveled at us, St. Vincent, Vincy Heat, in our last sports highlights from a football coach also. And he was saying that he was disappointed that he haven't seen us playing any game prior now to going to play these two games. What's your position on that issue?
Well, it's always, a benefit to, have a friendly leading up to, Nation League match or Nation League matches as we have coming up this time. But sometimes logistically, it's not feasible. It's not possible. What we can do is not focus on, not being able to play a friendly, but doing the best that we can in replacement of a friendly. So what we've been doing is every Saturday since we've played an inter-squad scrimmage where we make it very competitive. It's with the guys that's in camp, and we just play a 90-minute match. And the players are very aware that it's evaluation. They've been evaluated every day in training, and then every Saturday when we play the 90 minutes, that's part of the evaluation also. And I think it's been working well for us. What we can't do is sit there and moan about not having friendlies and not prepare properly. We have to do the best we can with what we have and what's afforded to us to go out there and play in the actual matches as competitively as we can do. Now going forward, hopefully that improves. But when you're 100 and I don't even know what we are, 73 or whatever we are, it's very difficult to get teams to play you in friendly matches because most of the teams, if you're playing a team that's ranked, has a better ranking than you, if you beat them, it's detrimental to them. So a lot of teams don't really want to play you. They don't want to take that chance.
They don't want to be beaten by an underdog.
Right. So hopefully if we continue to win these games and we continue to move up the FIFA ranks with my network and with our ranking being, much better, teams will want to play us. Teams will want to take a chance to play against St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And so I think eventually that will come. Right now it's just difficult sometimes to get games. I mean, for me, I would rather play an inter-squad scrimmage on a Saturday than to play, a team that's ranked even less than us, because we put ourselves in the same predicament that a team that's ranked higher than us don't want, for the same reason they don't want to play us in case we lose that game. So, it's more than just, you need to be playing friendlies. Yes, we know that. We're aware of that. But this is a process, like Connie alluded to earlier, and it's going to take some time. We'll get there, and we will have teams, hopefully begging us to play games. And the more games we can play, the more exposure our players get, the more opportunities players get to go out and play abroad, to be coached professionally on a daily basis, and the better the team will become. So it's a work in progress. We're not quite there yet. We love the progress we've been making, but it's going to take time. This is not going to happen overnight.
Okay, wonderful. I see we have President here. Good evening, Otashi. He's probably stepped away from the because he had muted his microphone. We have Dwight. Which I don't know which Dwight is this we have here on board. Dwight. Let me take Otashi. Otashi is back. Otashi. Good evening.
All right. I'm trying to switch to Wi-Fi internet instead of the data internet because the reception seems not to be the best. But let me just take this opportunity to say pleasant night to the listeners of the Nice Radio Sports program and by extension the affiliates of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Football Federation, our footballing community, and by extension the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It's always a pleasure to come and address and share information as it regards our football development and the initiatives that we are taking. On the back end of that, let me just take this opportunity to thank the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines for the support that they would have given on October the 10th and the 13th respectively. I think it was an exceptional turnout. I think the effort that we would have made to basically reach out to people to come and support the effort um, would have been heard, and I believe that we had that 12 man support right across those two games. And I think really and truly the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines would have helped to make those games what they really turned out to be, which again would have indeed been historic. You're talking about uh, being able to achieve one of the greatest victories in our footballing history over the last 20 or so years. And a lot of pursuits now could go and take back from that and say that I was there, I was a part of it. The atmosphere was electrifying, and I really really must congratulate the LOC, which is the organizing committee headed by Mr. Nelson Hillocks, the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the National Sport Council, for the effort that they would have basically given, and not forgetting Mr. Peter Edward and his staff for making that venture what it was. It was really really something special. So I must express thanks on the behalf of the council. And again, let me just say pleasant night also to Coach Ezra, head coach Ezra Hendrickson, and the legend himself, Mr. Cornelius Stewart, for being a part of this platform here tonight. Primarily giving an update as to how the preparations are going into those two important games in El Salvador on the 14th and the 17th, respectively. Um, as I'm sorting that, it would have been echoed before I actually joined, that we're still on a mission, and I think that it is still very much alive going into those two games. Um, we're going in there with being very positive and highly confident that we could achieve the targets and the goals that would have been set. And as you know, once those goals are accomplished, it is also going to basically bring a progressive wave in football here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, because we can see very well ourselves moving on to at least Gold Cup qualifiers, and we could very well find ourselves being promoted from Group B to Group A. And as you know, once that chips in, it very much brings us in alignment with respect to our objective in being more ranking oriented, with our goal in ensuring that at least we could raise our status and our ranking position in the world among those 209 other nations. And we do know that once we accomplish that, it means that our football again is going to be on the path where it is respected, where it is valued, and that comes a whole lot of other stuff. And everybody has to be ready for it. This is a progress that this administration have been working very hard behind the scenes to ensure that we could make it a reality. And it's so sad. It's very sad that there are individuals who prefer to put the federation out there for all the wrong reasons, when we are doing such a marvelous job. So we are once again reaching out to our footballing community, the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. This time, I know that we're not going to be there in person because the games have been played abroad. But the prayers and the support, the good wishes, all the positive vibes that we have been having, we would basically like that to continue. And I'm sorting that again. We could also be 12 men again, 12 men again for our team, even while they are in El Salvador and will be competing there, that they will know that they have a country here. They have tens of thousands of supporters here that is backing them, that is tuning into to their showcase, and is rooting for them to be successful. So we want to call on that continued support and prayers and blessings. I don't think that you could really rule that out of what is happening. But I do know that there are some changes, and I really, as I would have indicated to the head coach, that I would like the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines or affiliates or footballing community to know what those changes are going to be, and to ensure that at least we are adequately, they're adequately updated with respect to how the preparations are going into these two games.
Okay. The I had a trend of thought I wanted to ask you, but since you speak to the issue of the changes that are being made, and now that you are there and introduced that and open the door for that, I'll ask Coach Hendrickson if he can bring us up to date on what those changes that you are speaking of.
Yeah, if I follow the president, I think he's talking about additional players that's been added to the team. We going into this first game, the starting 6 and 8 from the previous game are ineligible in Kenija Joseph and DL Spring. So we've gone out and we brought in some players that we think can help facilitate that hole that we need to fill for that first game. So we went out and there's Micah Joseph from Canada, from Vincentian parents, and also Sebastian Alexander from the USA. These are two players that we brought in to help, shore up that spot, along with the other guys that's been here and has worked really hard. I think going into this game, because we're losing such a key part of the team, it was necessary for us to go out and bring players in to compete. No one that we bring in automatically gets a spot on the team. They had to come in and win a spot on the team, and they've been successful. We brought 3 guys in. 2 were able to secure spots on the team, and 1 not so fortunate. But it's an ongoing process, and we're not afraid of change. We're not. We have a goal. The federation came in with a mandate. When I spoke with them about taking this job, they were clear as far as identifying to me and relating to me what it is that those goals were and where we wanted to be and where the team wanted to be. And I think we're on that path. But it's going to be an ongoing process where there's going to be changes, from as we go through. We are building a very, very strong team. We're a very, very good nucleus at the moment, but our thing is we are going to go, and even after these 2 games, we're going to go out and we're going to invite every player that's eligible to represent St. Vincent and the Grenadines to come and try out, and because we want the best St. Vincent and the Grenadines team that we can put out there. You see other teams doing it. Jamaica does it. The United States do it. We don't want to just limit ourselves to local players. Local players are a very important part of this team, and we have, most of our starters are local players, but we don't want to stop continuing to challenge the local players that we have with players of Vincentian background or Vincentian heritage that could come in for the better good of the team. And like I said, no one comes in guaranteed a spot. You come
Give
in.
us a little background, because Vincentians like to know who the players are. So we have a Canadian Vincentian player that you brought in.
Yeah.
Give us a little background on him.
Micah
And then
Joseph. Yeah, Micah Joseph. He came in to play already, but he contracted COVID while he was here before I was a coach. So he's someone that's been in the fold before. I found out about him. I called his coach in Canada, someone that I played against in MLS, and because I wanted to know, yes, I look at the film. He looks like a good player, but what is he like as a person? What is he like as a player? Is he someone that I should bring in? And everything was spot on. The coach was very, very
upfront.
He spoke very highly about him as far as what he can do. And what we've seen, my staff and I, what we've seen in the 2 weeks that he's been here, it's been a revelation to us, and we're very happy to have him. Sebastian Alexander, he's someone who also played for the team before, but he was injured. So he's now back. So it's these two players are no one that's new to the national team makeup. Micah was unfortunate not to play because he contracted COVID while he was here, but Sebastian is someone who played already, represented St. Vincent. So they're familiar with the players, with the way things are here and stuff. We're happy to have them, and they're gonna compete. And obviously we don't have a starting lineup as yet for Thursday, but they are competing for that spot.
Now that you spoke about starting lineup, a few players would have gotten cards in the last game. How does that affect your picks going into the 2 games coming up?
Yeah, so that's what I was speaking about with DL Spring and Kanisha Joseph, who've been 2 of our starting midfielders so far. They're both out for this first game. So that's why we felt like we had to, reach out there and find, other players with Vincentian eligibility to come in and compete with the other guys that we have here. So we make sure that we have a formidable midfield, because these guys, it's what I call my engine room. My formation, I like to play 4-2-3-1, and these 2 pivots are very important, and they're a big part of how we play. The strength of this team is our wingers, and these 2 pivots, their responsibility, besides just defending, is to get the ball when we have it to our wingers, to get to Alex Anderson, to get it to Stephen Pierre or whoever have you out there. And that's a big part of how we play. So we needed to bring guys in to make sure that we have, it's not a big drop-off losing these guys in the first game. It's not going to be easy because, like I said, they're a big part of how we play. But I think, with the contingent of midfielders that we have, the guys that were here previously and these other 2 midfielders that we brought in, I think we have a very good, allotment to choose from as far as this first game on Thursday.
Okay, so tell me something. How do you approach, or what is the mood of the players with the issue of cards? And do the players truly understand how receiving cards can truly affect the team, not just they as individuals only, but the team itself?
Yeah, but it's a part of the game. Sometimes some cards are warranted, sometimes they're not. It's very subjective to the linesman, to the middle ref. If a player goes in on a hard tackle to save a goal or whatever, you live with it as a coach. As a coach, for me, what I don't like is getting a yellow card for dissent. Saying something inappropriate to the ref. or doing something that's just unnecessary. These are the things that I think we can avoid. But in the heat of battle, things happen. I don't think any of our cards have been for dissent that I can recall. But at the end of the day, we try to make sure the players know how limiting that can be. Once you pick up those two cards in group play, now you have to miss a game. But it's something that as a coach you don't like to see. You hope it doesn't happen to your team, but I think every team deals with it, and as long as it's not for dissent or something that is unavoidable, you live with it, and that's why you try to make a team as deep as possible, because these things happen in the game.
Isn't it a little nerve-wracking as a coach sometimes when you have to deal with that?
Yes, it's very. I mean, that last game against El Salvador, I got a yellow. Not for something that I did, but for all the players leaving the field, and some players leaving the bench in the celebration, which, as a coach, you know what? I'll take the yellow, because if it means, my guys are excited because in the 88th minute or whatever it was, we just scored the game-winning goal to beat someone that's ranked almost 100 points ahead of us, I'll take that yellow. And even when the ref gave me the yellow, I said, you know what? I'll take it. So these things, they happen. It's a lot of emotion in these games. People don't really understand that for those 90 minutes, it's, that in itself is nerve-wracking. So, and it's a lot of emotion. It's a lot of mental focus that's needed, and sometimes players get tired and they lose concentration and lose focus, and they do, things that they know that they shouldn't do. But for me, that game and the jubilation that it brought to the crowd, to the people of the country, I'll take that yellow any day.
Cornelius.
Yes.
Well, I've tracked you, and I really have seen your game improve tremendously, and
Thank you.
And I've seen your strength, your mental strength, and I notice you contain yourself and compose yourself in times when it is difficult to restrain. And I want to congratulate you on that, because that's the making of a good player. Always able
Thank
to do
you.
that.
I think it all happened when you have to be outside, like at a young age, about 17 years old, and you have to, as we could see, in the football world, dog eat dog world. So you have to prepare your mind for anything. And I think back then I used to be soft-minded and buy into things that are unnecessary. But now I just pray about it and say it is what it is. Once I focus on what I need to do and contain and compose myself in situation where I know I need to compose myself in, then I know I'll be fine.
Certainly. I see. Well, we coming to the end of the program, and we have President Spring. President Spring, I want to let you. You know that Nice Radio has been carrying even the games that you had overseas, through whatever link we can establish, so that we can bring football to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, because you know what we love and our relationship with the Football Federation. So even when they're in El Salvador, we're hoping that we can establish a link to get the game carried on Nice Radio, because we've been doing that for all the games, and we trust and hope that we'll be able to do the same also. I want to say to you, you mentioned I'm gonna steal 5 more minutes. I'm still going to steal 5 more minutes of
I'll give you 10.
Okay, so we got 10 minutes. Nikki is the controller of the studio, yes. So
we have a caller. Let's take the caller, see if he has a contribution. Right. Go ahead, caller. What's up?
Yeah, thank you. Good night to you, Dougie, wherever you are. But
Yes,
I'm
sir.
so pleased with what I'm hearing. And first of all, let me commend the St. Vincent and Grenadines Football Federation on all what I'm hearing. It gives me new hope for our national football team, and also special commendations to our own coach, who I think has a lot of respect all over where he has played, and that's Mr. Ezra Hendrickson. I just want to share just quickly though. I don't know if Hendrickson has been to El Salvador, but that's not a. I mean, I have to say it's not such a nice country where the economy is concerned. And I have spoken to people who have been to El Salvador, and I know it's a dictatorship place and so on. And I just hope that our boys, our football team, all the members are well aware. I hope you would have gotten some advice from people who have been to El Salvador, because it's not an easy country to go and play football and so on. And I hope that the minds are all mentally prepared, because it's not going to be a bed of roses and so on. So I just wanted to say that and make sure that our boys are well prepared playing in a Latin American country, so to speak, and to understand what they're up against, right? Because I don't think, maybe you might have one or two Vincentians living in El Salvador, but as far as I know, it's not an easy place to really live in, and people are under a lot of pressure in that country. But congratulations! I am happy. I am proud of the achievement so far, and where our footballers have taken us and so on. Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you very much, Dave.
Yeah, if I can mention something there. So what we've basically been telling the players, is listen, even though we're not playing El Salvador see us as the biggest threat to win this group. So their fans are not going to be kind to us. So even when we play Montserrat and when we play Bonaire, best believe that the El Salvadoran fans are going to be out in their numbers, and they're going to cheer for the other team. So it's going to be like playing against El Salvador. And so we've been kind of prepping the players about that, even in the hotel, and to answer the caller, yes, I have played in El Salvador before with St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and it was hostile then. And I know that there are going to be people sent to a hotel to make noise night before games. I know how the gamesmanship in these Latin American countries, I know how it is. So we will be prepared. I'm very experienced with that. So best believe that our players will know that it's going to be a hostile environment prior to the game, during the game, after the game. But we'll be ready because we know what's coming to us.
So the 14th, we play who?
Montserrat.
We play Montserrat on the 14th.
Yes.
Okay, and what time is that game being played?
3 p.m. El Salvador time. I'm not sure.
That's 4 p.m. our time.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 4 p.m. There are our difference with us. There will be our in front of us. Okay, and well, as you said, you had the experience of understanding where the mindset of the El Salvador would be, and in terms of why we must lose, because we are their biggest threat. If we win one game and lose one, where does that put us?
Well, it depends on what happens with them. If they lose both games, then we win the group.
Okay.
I don't really see that happen, but if they win both of their games,
Who they are playing?
they'll play both the same teams. So they will play Bonaire first and then Montserrat second.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
it's kind of like a round robin kind of thing.
So
But
it's imperative we win our 2 games.
yes, and then whatever happens with them happens with them. If we win both games, they win both games, they will win the group, but we will go through as one of the top second place teams in League B. Because when you look at the standings right now, once we take care of business, and by that I mean win both games, we will be one of the top 2 teams, second place teams in League B. So we will go into a Gold Cup, qualifying match, home and away versus an opponent. So it's about us. If we win both games and they happen to lose one, then we go through as winners. So it might come down to goal difference. So one of the things that we got to be conscious about is scoring as many as we can and giving up as less as we can. And not giving up any. We've played both of these teams before, both Bonaire and Montserrat. In Bonaire, we tied against Bonaire. We beat Montserrat, but we know that soccer is a funny game. So we're not going to go into these 2 games, taking either team for granted. Bonaire still has an outside chance to come in second in the group. So we're not going to let them, get that opportunity. We just have to take care of our business. And I think we're prepared. And I think, that's something that we will achieve. But we'll never, because St. Vincent and the Grenadines have been in position, similar or even in a better position to move into the next league. And we didn't do it. We don't want that to happen in this instance. So we're going to go in there with the mindset of not taking any team for granted, even though we've played them before. We've beat one, we've tied one, we haven't lost against either team. We know that they're going to come out and be, tough opponents. So we're going to go in with the similar mindset as we did against El Salvador for those 2 games at home, where everyone expected us to get ran off the pitch, but we, played well enough to win both games. Unfortunately, due to some inexperience and naivety, we didn't win that first game. But I think any spectator watching both of those games would agree that we deserve full 6 points from those games. So that's the kind of mentality we're going to go into these games with against Montserrat and Bonaire.
Thank you, sir.
To dominate the game from start to finish strong, make sure we don't make any silly errors, and finish our games. Score as many goals as we can, and try to keep it at 0 in the back.
Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate that very much. On a positive note, and Otashi, President Otashi, I wanted to ask you something, but I think we'll leave that for the discussion, because we want to stay focused on the game, and I want to leave the last words with you. As we close Sports Highlights, there, sir. Otashi? Seems like his internet is giving him some trouble. Cornelius, any few last words you want to say?
I just want the Vincentian public to keep rallying around us. Keep the same support as you gave us for the last 2 games. I actually, when we scored that winner, I got goosebumps running over to the fans. I will tell you how excited they was, and I just wanted to tell them trust the process. It's gonna take some time, but with them, they are playing a very important part of our development and our progress. So I just want them to keep solid, level-minded, and help build us and so we can give them the right football they deserve. And I think it's been a while, and they deserve it. They deserve good football, and it's coming. Just give us some time.
Well, Nice Radio will always be there, and we'll try to link it up and bring it to the Vincentian public through on radio, live. So I want to thank you, Coach Hendrickson. I wish you all the best success, and you, Cornelius, and your journey back to Asia. I hope you win the first game before you go back, so that you can leave the guys feeling good. Sorry that President Otashi dropped out with us. His internet seemed to be giving him some trouble because, everything now is internet-based, and any little thing goes wrong, it's all over the place. And Coach Hendrickson, you, again, as I said, best of luck. The team is in your hand.
Thank you very much. And we'll do St. Vincent proud come Thursday.
Thank you very much. Well, that's it for Sports Highlights here on Nice Radio. See us Wednesday. Just another look coming up. I really turn you over to Nikki in the studio. Thank you very much.